keep on falling, falling for you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? I've never felt so alive in my life, 'cause you make me come to life every time. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? Yeah, I'm free falling. Can you hear me calling, calling for you? Yeah, I'm free falling. I'ma keep on falling, falling for you. I'm free. Oh, and I'm loving all that you do. Can't you see that I'm crashing right into you? That I'm crashing right into you.
I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know, walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try to path on the right side, put it up in your mind? But do you ever try to path on the left side, put it up in your mind? Talking about the same old stories they've heard about the people they think they know. But do you ever try to path on the right side, put it up in your mind? But do you ever try to path on the left side, put it up in your mind? It's gonna be hard. You run, drive, roll your mind. You run, drive, roll your mind. You run, drive, roll your mind. You run, drive.
shots into Tokyo, and Tokyo needs to. I don't think he knows the dangerous situation he is in, but he perhaps is able to spoil it up. To sense it. Oh my god! The Kobe Biao got ammo wrecked! Uh-oh, I think he is indeed in trouble. Can't pull back, because if he pulls back, the ice ball will be ready to... Oh! Good evening, we are back with the third Proof of Skill Tournament Day 3 on the EU server. For those of you who have no idea what you're watching, pause the stream, read. Otherwise, here are the number of cups that each clan can earn tonight. Do note that it's the best performing clan team across all 3 days. 3 days to earn the cups for the clan. So each clan could only have one team getting the cups, and the best performing team would get cups for the clan. The next best performing team would not register the cups for the clan though. So that means if Team A does the best on the first day but not on second and third, and Team B does the best on first but not the second and third, then Team B will register the cups for their clan, not Team A. Timeline is described in the upper right hand corner. Today will be the last day for the third Proof of Skill tournament, and the fourth and the last Proof of Skill tournament will begin on the 24th, and then we will go straight into the Professionals tournament held on the 30th. That will be the top 8 clans. The 9th to the 16th placing teams would go to the middle echelon, and the lower echelon teams would go will be the teams from the 17th to the 32nd place. Here is the schedule, and my top 8 guess remains the same as before. Do see Vale could get into top 8 instead of A1M1 or APA, but we'll find out their performance tonight because they are all playing, and we are in particular following A1M1 tonight. So let's see if A1M1 can get back the top 8, because yesterday they lost to Endgame 0-2 and finished second, while APA won against Sparta 2-1 and got first, and they got more cups than A1M1. So Group 1 will be the group we're following. A1M1, first of all, they will be up against TTT, and the winner of that against Loka. Jones will race through. And Group 2 we have BPS. They will face either Red T or Sparta. That will be streamed by New Beta tonight, with APA against either Raid or Rap 3. Also streamed. That will be streamed by Every. And we will be seeing Group 3 very soon. The seeding there. Endgame are through already, and they will face either Chai Raiders or Dracum, and that will be streamed by Rolling Swan, with Immortal's first team against either Vale's first team or HSOP. So a lot at stake, especially A1M1, APA and Vale have a good chance of qualifying to the semi-final, and Raid, Vale's second team against this first team, and Raid have a good chance of securing a spot in the. Well, they need to do well though, and they have a relatively good seeding, I have to say. They should be able to get to the finals, and they have to beat APA. This is going to be an important one for them. So far, they lost to Immortals and Jones, the only clans they lost so far in the Proof of Skill tournament. Not sure about the first time. I think. Oh yeah, they only lost to Immortals and Jones so far. So can they do well tonight? We'll find out soon. and I've loaded the game up. I have a few tanks with the birthday booster, and we still have 5 minutes to go. Well, actually, let's not go and play a battle, because I think you might not know what happened yesterday. So we're going to go through one by one groups and results yesterday. So for those of you no idea what's going on, I'm going to show you soon. Hello, Gabriel. How are you doing? Great. So let me just get this up. Okay, yesterday we have BPS and Red T's first team qualifying. Red T at the first lost to Red T second team 0-2, but they came back well and they beat them 2-0 after that, and they secured a spot for tonight. Group 2. It's a close one though. We have Dragons barely losing to HSOP and knocked out Zenith, but that's the second team. Immortals cruised through this group relatively comfortably, but the grand finals it was a little bit close, 2-1, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference apart from a bit more cups for them. Group 3, we had Jones had a bit of a tough right at the start, but they beat TDT 2 times and they beat Veil number 2. And yes, pretty much Jones and TDT were dominating. And Group 4 we have Raid. So far they are on the run for a Grand Slam tonight. So far they haven't lost a single match, and yesterday they won Tri Raiders 2 times 2-0, while Tri Raiders pretty much dominated this group as well, although barely beating Tesios 2-1. And we see Group 5 with A1M1 won endgame the first time but lost to them the second time round. That doesn't really matter though, because well, that mattered for them because they lost the top 8 spot to APA, but endgame definitely losing to A1M1 would not be a good sign, but they are through, so this is the most important thing. Group 6, we had Veil's first team beating this first team 2 times. First time was only a bit 2-1, but second time 2-0. While ASP lost to this first team 2 times, and they are out, which is an upset because ASP was predicted to go through instead of this. And Group 7 is the group we were following yesterday. We thought that APA Spartan and Immortal second team would give us some exciting matches. Unfortunately, Immortal's second team didn't show up with enough players, so they bow out of this group very quickly. And Sparta, unable to beat APA, it went really close, but APA simply had the edge and also the experience. And in the end, APA got the first place for the group. And we have Group 8. Phoenix first team, they were fighting for a top 8 spot, but they didn't qualify. They lost to Veil second team, and they lost to Rep 3 next, and that means they are out. They will not be playing tonight, which means their top 8 hopes are effectively over. And then we have Group 9 going with Loka 2-0 all the way through Raccoon, beating Quick 2-1, so they had a little bit of a trouble, but they are through tonight, so they are still in the running for the top 8, but it will require them to do really well in order to stay to stand a chance. Sparta as well, but then they are they are about 1,000 cups away from the top 8, so this is looking really slim for them. And unless Sparta or Reckon went to the finals, I really don't think they can get to the top 8 this season. But A1M1 definitely very close. They were just within around 200 cups difference from the top 8. So if APA finished a position below A1N1, A1N1 will be able to overtake APA. Raid would want to make sure they don't finish 2 positions lower than either APA or A1N1. Otherwise, Raid will also be under trouble in the top 8. But so far, their track record has been good. Veil was also the same thing. They would like to finish high up tonight and not finish 2 positions below the clans below Raid, AP, and A1N1. So they must qualify to the quarterfinals. And I think room should be up now. Well, let's go in. Okay, here we go. TTT versus A1N1. Okay. For some reason, stream disconnected. It should be reconnected now. Don't know why. Just the stream stopped connecting for a brief moment, but now it's fine. We got it. We're back. And TDT are ready already. In the waiting room, we have double I7 by Seeker, Destroy, and Sport. Double 50 E5 by Agent Lion and one of the monsters. Monster Blanco. We have I7 played by Monster Daddy, and Vickers Light will be by I'm sorry, Dostoyevsky. Dostoyevsky. Well, I don't know how to pronounce that name, and then Optimus Prime. I guessed it right. In the M60, A1N1 on the other hand, we have Prince in the IS4, Naker, and Vickers Light. Hello, MF. Which I mean, which I think it's the slang, it's the profanity. In the 268, triple M60Os by Diddy, Fadi, and Nemo with Nicotine. T57 heavy, I believe. Oh, maybe in the T110 E5 instead. Neighbor Frontier is a map that really depends on what you want to achieve. If you want cap pressure, you might want to go for the northwestern corner with A and B quite close to one another, and pretty hard to get it back once you have it. And I mean, tanks will be positioned to stop the enemies from getting B, obviously. So once again, Slate Canal, you need to make a rotation first and then going into cap next. On the other hand, A1N1, on the other hand, if you want map control, I do advise you to go to the southeastern corner, although it's only one cap. But if you must do the rotation, then you have the advantage of having your rotation spotted at a pretty close location where the rest of the enemies are. And I mean, B, although it's difficult to get, you have that obstacle in the middle, and also it's kind of closed and kind of undulated, so you might get away, and you might be able to make use of your clippers to shut down, isolate the tank. So defending B would be a priority, but it's also difficult. That is in the sense that the closeness in the northwestern corner would be difficult to spot tanks up at a far distance and get crossfire in, and would get easily isolated by the enemy team. So let's see what both teams going to do on this map. This is going to be a good watch, and I can assure you, A1N1 and TTT, biggest at stake for A1N1 and TTT. They are still in the top 16, and I think their priority will be getting through to the third day. I think that will also be their priority for the final proof of skill tournament. And here we go. A1A1 was complaining about the but let's go. And someone is drunk. Obviously A1A1 with a lot fewer hit points than TTT. Not sure what the clan tab's about in this glitch, I believe. Wargaming hasn't fixed that. Not sure it was reported though. Moneka will be trying to get spots up. In this area, usually you can get spots if the enemies are trying to go into sea through the shorter route. But Dostoevsky already put a shot into Naka, and Monster Blanco also took a hit, but Prince very quickly went into B, but Optimus Prime got a little bit careless, took a hit from DD. But A1A1 positioned themselves quite passively. Near their spawn, they got the cap lead at the start though. The TDT would not get a cap lead. Oh, and the Vickers like 1 versus 1, it seems it's going to be close. Both tanks have the same number of hit points. And we'll see if Naka will get C. But Dostoevsky will try to reset C once again. I don't think it was a CEST Fadi going into C now. But Monster Daddy and also Optimus Prime be able to put shots in. Yes, it is the case, but Naka will be able to get C because Fadi's there to shield. But TDT has already made a make a move. Maybe they're trying to go and push A1M1's forces, but I would not advise that because that's where most of the forces of A1M1 are. But TDT needs to make a move because they have 2 caps. When they don't have a cap, they are down by a cap too. So Mimo took a big hit from TDT. So what TDT is trying to do is trying to press A1M1. They have done it pretty well. Mimo now down to 1 shot and killed by Sports. And if it continues this way, A1M1 would lose more and more tanks, and they aren't really doing damage to TDT at the moment, with Nicotine now going to be pincered by TDT's forces, and A1M1 unable to support Nicotine here. Sports now kind of low, down to 978 hit points. On the other hand, A1M1 is not doing well on the other side, so Nicotine is now dead. This is looking good for TDT at the moment. They don't have the cap still, but they can get B anytime with DD now dead. TDT still with 7 tanks remaining on the battlefield. Great shot into Prince here, and Optimus Prime, another good shot. Asian Lion is reloading at the moment, but Prince is now killed, and it's now 3 versus 7 with TTT looking stronger than ever. They will get B, and they will have the cap lead back, and they're trying to get DD out of the way first, with Monster trying to hold down, but I don't think it will be successful. Great shot into DD, and we're seeing a big flank coming from behind. Optimus Prime Daddy. Oh, Naka will be the first tank down first, but DD the next tank down, leaving Hello the last person standing. And that ram from Asian Lion didn't quite kill, and Monster can't even kill Hello MF with that ram, so it's going to be a great win for TDT. They tried to push, but I like that they didn't push all the way in. They just held, they just pressed, and they chipped away a lot of hit points of A1M1. A1M1 isn't in really good position to defend, and that means TTT will get this first win. And A1M1, I think really they are in trouble. They need to qualify, otherwise APA would draw more distance away from the 9th position, because they have to buy in the semi-final, and TTT must feel really confident in this one. Really well against A1M1, but it's not over yet. Do remember they need to win 3 matches in order to qualify, so you can't say it's going to surely be a win for TTT here, but they're looking strong at the moment. Okay, now we have TTT going with triple crown bargains, double M60 and IS4 T125, with A1M1 going for quadruple M60s. No, yes, quadruple M60s, a T125 mouse, and an IS7. 20 seconds, 10 more seconds to go, and A101, they need to make a comeback here. So far, TTT has done a great job with the press, and also not flustering when they are under a hit point disadvantage. I mean, cap disadvantage. I don't think they were under a hit point disadvantage though. They inherently had a lot more hit points than A101. But now things changed because A101 now taking no mediums or lights. TTT as well. This is going to be interesting. See where both teams are going to go now. Will we see a big brawl fest over the AB area? We'll find out soon. But I do think it's going to be the case. Let's head up high now. A1M1 South spawn this time. Oh, actually would not be going for AB. Actually going for C and a bit of B. TTT also doing the same thing, going mostly to the C side. And a bit of a few tanks going near B. No spots, I believe. No one's taking the biggest light here. Prince already spotted. TTT, can they land a shell onto Prince? It is a bounce though. And Prince could get C. Let's see, we could do that with Asian Lion taking a hit here. Oh, double tap already, and Loka taking a hit as well. So in terms of trading, it's going to be equal. But C might be captured by A1M1, and Asian Lion is tasked to stop that from happening. Nicotine looking to put a shot into Asian Lion. Don't think it's successful. And TTT still losing some hit points, but the hit points are still really close. Nicotine took a hit, took a double tap, and Loka also took a hit. C still being contested at the moment, but no team is able to get that cap here. B might be obtained by Hello already. A1M1 has made a move there. And seems Vivo trying to be aggressive with the mouse. With distract TTT, it seems A1M1 has made a call. And if let's see if this call is going to work. TTT trying to go and pincer those M6Os. The hit points are now in huge favor of TTT after they have done a lot of damage to Prince. But Asian Lion is actually the first tank down. For some reason, DD could not go up, and Sports did a really good job in blocking DD out of the way. Now on a drone reload with Hello now connecting, A1M1 needs to clear up quickly on the C side because they have the hit point the disadvantage here. Prince is going to be killed by Blanco very, very quickly. To believe the first shell in Dostoyevsky is also a one-shot and will be killed. And the next tank A1M1 will be going for will be Blanco. Now it's going to be a 5 versus 5 hit points. Now in favor of A1M1. TTT unable to consolidate now. A1M1 has done a good job in isolating the tanks here. With Nicotine now dead. Monster on a drone reload will be taken out very soon with Seek and Destroy. Trying to kill Loka, and it's a successful kill right here. Now A1M1 is doing a 3 versus 5. The guns are with TTT at the moment, but A1M1 struggling. Meebo still full health at the moment, and that could be a problem for A1M1. Doesn't have the DPM, and Fadi is looking closer than ever to be killed. And for some reason, Hello is still doing a great job holding off for a really, really long time, but Fadi is finally killed, and Meebo is still blowing against Daddy here. Really needs to put shots here, but Hello is finally dead. TTT looking to win this now, 1 versus 4. Although the Mouse has more hit points than the rest of the TTT team combined, but they have a lot more guns. So this is going to be very crucial for A1M1, and that miss from Meebo could be costly here. Monster Daddy now preload down to potentially one shot. Great shot into Meebo, and Meebo will be killed by Optimus Prime, meaning TTT will be winning 2-0 at the moment, and match point is going to be with TTT now. And it is a really close one, in fact. I believe A1M1 couldn't really kill off those low hit pool targets. Potentially TTT got better positions, but at one point A1M1 looks really strong, trying to isolate the tanks, but probably there was too many things happening, and A1L1 can't really seem to you know, patch it up altogether, and DD unable to go up and leave the area means that he will do very little damage. And one more win for TTT, and they will knock out A1L1 and condemn them out of top 8 pretty much. And you can say top 8 will be pretty much decided after tonight here, especially if APE wins against Raid. I think that we can say I don't think we're going to be seeing any changes after that. And so far, 2-0 for TTT. We're now on to Middleburg here. Okay, A1M we're going with quadruple M6COs, a mouse, a Vegas Light, and an IS7. TTT going with triple Crown Varga, double TVPs, double M6COs. So TTT going with full Clipper lineup. Oh, they could change it into T22, I believe. And this is going to decide whether TTT would knock out A1M1 or A1L1 look to make a big comeback here. We saw that home made a comeback, winning 3-2 against EA in spectacular fashion. Not going to say that that was something that I don't know what to say about that one, but just focus. A1M1, DD just said focus. They just need to focus. A lot is at stake here. A1M1, if they can't qualify tonight, they will be over. It will be over for them. Top 8 essentially will be over for them, unless miracles happen. But miracles don't come often. The same Mimo, all great shots into Daddy. I think TVP overextended and taking the brunt of damage from Mimo. Now on a drone reload, unable to put shells into Mimo. Good hit on pull lead for A1M1. Good start for them, but is it going to be enough? We'll find out soon. A will be captured by A1M1, but they won't get a cap lead. But they have a strong hit point pool lead at the moment. They just need to keep on pressing and chipping away hit points of TTT. TTT surely can feel the pressure now. They have to chip away hit points of A1M1 as well and really punish them for being careless in pressing, but it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems more shots been done from A1M1 onto the TT side, and TTT is dropping even more hit points here. If it continues this way, then yes, A1M1 should get this match, but we will never know. B is now getting captured. C will be captured by Nicotine, and no, it won't be the case. A1M1 just ignored C entirely. Actually going for a big push here. Is it going to work? There's 3 tanks down in the down there. A1M1 with more guns, I think, could be a good move. They have to get all the guns out of the way, but they also need to remember they have the caps they need to get back. Probably, I would say Nako should go for C, and they need to clear out tanks of TET quick. And they're not going to get C, which is understandable considering they are not under a strong advantage with the hit points. I mean, they're leading by more than 2,000 now, even 3,000. So this is looking pretty good for A1M1. They need to get Seek and Destroy out of the way. And it's now down to 1 shot. Will be the case. DD is also dead, but TET still with 5 tanks alive. They will lose the Toyovsky very soon. And you're seeing the Sport and Ultimate get a little bit distracted. The Sport is now dead. Nake is now down to a 1 shot and will be killed by Daddy. And Cecil not being captured at the moment. And Prince, great shell into Ultimate, setting Ultimate alight for a few seconds and will be killed. And C will be captured finally, and that will be enough. The TVP is trying to run away from the onslaught of A1M1, but Nicotine should have put a shot into Dostoevsky instead. That was a little bit of overload, but it won't matter too much because now A1M1 kills off Dostoevsky and now has around 700 of cap points. They will get better cap lead sooner or later. With Nicotine doing a 1/1 big ram, nudging Optimus Prime shot out of the way, and great show into the backside as well. But Daddy would not live for long, and we are seeing B going to be captured soon. And Optimus Prime down to one shot now, and definitely now down to one shot with that ram from Nicotine. That means A1A1 currently 1-2. Well done to A1M1. That was a much better performance by A1M1. Great start, great press, and great timing for the rush. And here we go, TDT, 2 tanks doing more than 2k, A1M1, 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and that is more of a top 8 performance by A1M1, and surely they need to get the momentum going. Pressure is still on A1M1, and we will see. The second match on Middleburg. Can A1M1 bring it to 2-2 and bring it to a tiebreaker? TDT, it's not the time to go on tilt, but they have done well so far tonight. Just only a tiny little step, and they will be through to the semi-final. And I believe the streams are up. Yes, the streams are up. Okay, A1M1 now going for quintuple M60Os, a T125 and an IS7. TDT going for triple IS7, a T22, a 140, a double VK. Very interesting choice here. We don't see 2 of the VKs now, but it has good, but it can size it well, and the mobility is better than the IS4. But now that IS7 is buffed, the armor buffed, I don't know what to make of this, and double mediums could work really well if they can coordinate together. And A1M1 not going for any mediums at all, but 5 M60Os. I think this is going to be another exciting one. Can A1M1 bring it to 2-2, and will the usage of 2 mediums be a little bit too much for TDT to handle, to overcome the hit point deficit at the start? We'll find out how many hit points TDT is behind. They will be around 1,000 hit points behind A1M1, but it's manageable. But they have to trade better than A1M1 in order to win against them. But they will have the DPM though. TDT actually doing a very interesting strat. I think they are doing a big push on AB potentially. 3 tanks, 3 I7s going for A already, with the T22s, with the mediums also going to the city side. The I7's got a, I'm not sure what TDT has in mind here. They have the cap lead, but A1M1 surely, they know they just need a good coordination and should be able to take out the tanks. In the city side, with A1M1 looking to spread out a little bit more, but they are playing it carefully. They want to be cautious. They don't want to make any big mistakes here. They have a good advantage with the hit points, but they need to make use of that well. Mimo trying to get spots up, but will not be able to spot VK90. The IS7 are now rotating through the red line, sticking close to the red line. A1M1 not in position to get the spots up, so A1M1 doesn't know that there was a rotation there. It's still going to be a bit dull here, but A1M1 does not have the cap lead. It's on A1M1 to make a move here. And are we going to be seeing M60Os trying to go for a first, or are we seeing a big push coming into the TDT spawn first? We'll find out soon. But more tanks been spotted with sports. I thought he's digging into the ground, but no, still there. will have a hard time to hold down. Though if you hold down from the side, then you have around 8 degrees of depression, if I remember correctly. But surely the slope will show the lower plate to A1N1, so they have to play it really carefully here. And there's still 5 cap points of increase for TDT. So that means there are around 80 seconds to respawn for A1N1, more than a minute to respawn. They still have a lot of time to chip away hit points of TDT, but it's actually TDT looking to make a counter push, or maybe they're trying to press A1N1 instead. A1N1 looking to get into B, looking to draw TDT's forces to reset B. There are 3 tanks here, so they have to be really careful, but they don't know there are 3 tanks going for B. Nicotine got B. But DD's just going to ignore Nicotine for a moment, and A1N1 will be looking to make a push now onto the hillside. They need to make it happen. They don't have a lot of time to save Nicotine, and they don't have a lot of time to wait for that push, because Nicotine is now down to 45 hit points, will go down in any second soon. A1N1 needs to get a focus spot, looking for Optimus Prime, down to 1 shot now. They have to be quick, clearing the tanks out on the hillside, and they will lose both A and B, so they have to be really quick. Nicotine's now dead, Banks now down to 1 shot, and that's the case with Fadi now very low. DDT manages to kill a tank out of the battle here. That will give them quite a big advantage, but it seems there's a big bounce coming in from Sports onto Fadi, means that's now Fadi down to 1 shot, still Sports almost reloaded. Can he survive though? No, that won't be the case. It's now 5 versus 4, and Capwoods are now with TDT now. They are trying to get C, so really time is running out for A1N1. They need to get Ultimate out of the way, and DD is looking to go into A as well. Time is running short here. A1N1 has a substantial hit point pool advantage, but they don't have the caps. They have Ultimate out of the fights, but this is going to get really close. Mimo, great shot into Daddy here. Now TDT sending their tanks over to DD. Now on a drum reload. If they can kill one more tank out. No. Yes, they did. Naka was killed. TDT winning A1N1 3-1. Great job to TDT. A1N1 was very quick on the hillside. They have a good hit point pool lead though, but they lost a lot of but they lost both A and B in the end, and even C as well. At the end, TDT just needed those important kills to send them to the next round, with A1N1 knocked out and their hopes in top 8 essentially over at this point, unless APA didn't qualify in the final proof of skill tournament on the second day. If they can't qualify to the third day, obviously they're out of top 8. But A1N1, I think losing to TDT surely isn't the result they are hoping for, but it will be good night to them. A1N1 3 tanks doing more than 2k. They were very close. TDT only 1 tank doing more than 2k, but they got what they need. They just needed that kill, and they killed Naka. And great job to TDT. 3-1, and they will be facing BPS next, I believe. No, it's it's Loka. They will be facing Loka next, so well done to TDT.
Lost a couple friends on my way up. I took a couple L's, but that's just normal talk. I popped a couple pills, but they don't.
And hello, Agent Lion. Congratulations for the win against against A1N1. Now we're going to follow TDT through the bracket here, and let's see about this. Looking at other results as well. Let's find out the results here. Oh, this first team has beaten Vale's second team 3-0, and they are through to the next to the semi-final. They will be facing Jones next, so congratulations to this. And then we have Group 2 with Sparta still playing against Red Team's first team. It will be close, but Raid are through 3-0. They are still clean. They're still losing no single match at the moment, and they will meet APA next, and this is going to be really important. Would pretty much decide whether they will be very solid in the top 8 or not, and Kappa will be closer to the top 8, to the Professor that he really wants to seek. Now that's 3-0 against Red 3, with A1M1 out of the way already. Tri Raiders against Redcom, and the result is Redcom 3-1 against Tri Raiders, and that will still put Redcom close to the top 8 battle. However, Vale versus HSOP, it ends Vale 3-0 against HSOP. So congratulations to Vale's first team, and they are through to the semi-final, and they will probably be cementing their place in the top 8. Now, we have around 23 minutes remaining to go, so we have a lot of time, so we can analyze matches next. And yes, we will be waiting for Red Team versus Sparta's results, and let's also update the leaderboard as well. We'll analyze the first match of A1M1 against TTT. Okay, so the leaderboard update is now as follows. For the EU server now, A1M1 will be down by around 600 cups from APA. Essentially, that they have to pray that they will do really well in the final previous skill tournaments, and APA at least could qualify to the third day. They have to hope that will happen in the first place, or otherwise on the final day they have to get to the final at least, maybe even the first place in their group. So A1M1 has to do a lot of stuff, and maybe they will also need to win first place in their group in the first 2 days as well. But I mean, so far APA has won their groups in the third previous skill tournament, so this is going to be really hard with Raid now more than 30,000 cops. I think really for the EU server, the top 8 is going to be set. Rackham, although qualified, they are down by still more than 1,000 cops, so essentially Rackham won't be in the top 8, and Sparta, Sparta, if they got knocked up, definitely would not be in the top 8. But TTT now firmly in the top 16, and I would say this is going to be really good news for them. but they still have to do really well in the final previous skill tournament. Especially there's just around like 600 cups away from the 17th team, Chai Raiders. They still have to do well, but clans like HSOP, Cash, and this, their chances in the top 16 are very slim. But now this now in the top 20, so it's great news for them. But if nothing changes, if the status quo is going to remain this way, I think we can safely call that the top 8 for the user will be Loka, BPS, Immortals, Jones, Endgame, Veil, Raid, and APA. The challengers tournament teams will be A1M1, Reckon, Sparta, Phoenix, Rep 3, Retty, ASP, and TTT. And we can also check whether the matches of Retty's first team and Sparta has finished. It has ended Retty 3-2 against Sparta, and that will send Sparta pretty much out of contention for the top 8 now, and Retty closer to securing spots in the challengers. So well done to Retty here. And yes, Retty's first team will face BPS. That will be streamed by Nubita, I believe. And yes, I don't know what to expect. TDT actually has a good chance of finishing 3rd tonight. If they can beat DIS, yes, I think they can finish 3rd. And Loka, Jones, I believe the finals will be between Loka and Jones in our group, and group 2 between BPS and Raid. I think Raid APA could have a chance, but we'll find out soon. Group 3, Endgame and Immortals will be, I think, will be between these clans. Exciting times ahead, so let's analyze the match, shall we? GG's to TTT, yes. GG's to TTT, yes. Make sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Let's go watch the first match on Naval Frontier. Here we go. Now, let's analyze this match. We still have around 50 minutes to go. Let's be quick on this. A1A1 was complaining about the but let's go. And someone is drunk. Obviously A1A1 with a lot fewer hit points than TTT. Not sure what the clan tab's about in this glitch, I believe. Wargaming hasn't fixed that. Not sure it was reported though. Loka will be trying to get spots up. In this area, usually you can get spots if the enemies are trying to go into C through the shorter route. But Dostoevsky already put a shot into Loka, and Monster Blanco also took a hit, but Prince very quickly went into B, but Optimus Prime got a little bit careless, took a hit from DD. But A1A1 positioned themselves quite passively. Near their spawn, they got the cap lead at the start though. The TDT would not get a cap lead. Oh, and the Vickers like 1 versus 1, it seems it's going to be close. Both tanks have the same number of hit points. And we'll see if Loka will get C. But Dostoevsky will try. Not much to say about this, except it's pretty much tug of war. The hit points, anyone has the cap lead, they can try on C, but they don't really have to. So I mean, Loka really not just insisting on C, which is good, but it's all on TTT to make a move. Bit worried. I don't know. We'll see about this, but a bit worried about A1N1's positioning, in particular these two tanks. It's a bit of an open area, so they have to be really careful with that. I know that they're trying to defend B, which is going to be really hard cap to defend at this point. They don't have control over the A area, so this is going to be interesting to watch. Let's see. Try to reset C once again. I don't think it was a CEST Fadi going into C now, but Monster Daddy and also Optimus Prime be able to put shots in. Yes, it is the case, but Loka will be able to get C because Fadi's there to shield. But TDT has already made a make a move. Maybe trying to go and push A1N1's forces, but I would not advise. Nope, you don't want to push now. You have these tanks. I mean, these two would definitely try to. I mean, can kind of rotate and put shots onto Seek and Sport. So they just, I mean, Seek and Sport can't really push. They have to, you know, just hold here. I know that probably looks a little bit. I mean, that probably looks appropriate. They just cannot, you know, put shots just yet. They cannot just push just yet. They have to wait a little bit, and maybe TT could occupy this area, to put more shots in, and maybe could take this bush as well. I think the main idea is to really apply pressure onto the tanks below. You can't really do anything to the tanks above, but tanks below would definitely feel the pressure if you can make if you can create a pincer movement onto these tanks. So definitely, TDT should try to press now, especially when they are under 2 caps. And I mean, it's got. I mean, TDT doesn't have a lot of time left, but they can absolutely chip away hit points first and figure out whether to push in or not. Maybe if luck is there, then they might be able to make a push in a few seconds. That because that's where most of the forces of A1N1 are. But TDT needs to make a move because they have 2 caps. When they don't have a cap, they are down. They're down by 2 caps, so 10 cap was an increase for A1N1. That translates to around 50 seconds more to go. So TDT, they need to make a decision. It says 50 seconds, and because they're so close with A1N1, they did have to hurry. They can absolutely chip away hit points of Mimo, Nicotine, pressure these 2 tanks, pretty much the pressure point for A1N1, and see if they're able to put in more shots in, and they're still leading in hit points, so that's a good sign that things are doing well in their favor. By a cap too, so Mimo took a big hit from TDT. So what TDT is trying to do is trying to press A1N1. They have done it pretty well. Mimo now down to 1 shot and killed by Sports. And if it continues this way, A1N1 would lose more and more tanks, and they aren't really doing that. Yes, Yeah, that's why I said that the tanks here it's quite difficult to hold here, especially when you have tanks near A and also near this area. That you would have a lot of difficulty. If I were A1N1, pretty much, I might actually go for a push down this route to actually free up those tanks holding below. I would actually go for that because at least these tanks could potentially go back to get A and apply more pressure to TDT. This is probably what I would have done if I were in A1N1. I know that these two tanks are in huge trouble. Then maybe a counter push would help ease the pressure a little bit. But I know they have cap lead, so they just want to defend and defend. But sometimes, if you're in terrible positions while defending, then you might want to consider making a move instead to see if you can punch a hole and counter pincer them instead. Let's see what's going to happen now. Damage to TDT at the moment, with Nicotine now going to be pincered by TDT's forces, and A1N1 unable to support Nicotine here. Sport now kind of low, down to 978 hit points. On the other hand, A1N1 is not doing well on the other side. I mean, these two tanks, Prince, I can't blame Prince because would be under a lot of trouble. The TT are really looking at that. But really Prince and also the Vicus Light would be, no, this is 8, sorry. Diddy and also Hello should have made a move ready to get out of this area. TDT won't make it easy for these two tanks to make damage. Will have gone in supports, and really A1N1, this stratified setup, defensive setup, isn't really helping them. Side to Nicotina's now dead. This is looking good for TDT at the moment. They don't have the cap still, but they can get B anytime with DD now dead. TDT still with 7 tanks remaining. DD is not dead yet. On the battlefield, great shot into Prince here, and Optimus Prime, another good shot. Asian Lion is reloading at the moment, but Prince is now killed, and it's now 3 versus 7 with TTT looking stronger than ever. They will get B, and they will have the cap lead back, and they're trying to get DD out of the way. And I mean, now focus is on these two tanks. Pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, the main takeaway for this is pretty much don't make it easy for the enemies to isolate you. TDT found those M60Os, pretty much gave them an opportunity to finish the game off. And they haven't lost a lot of tanks. They haven't lost a single tank actually, and they share the hit points pretty well. As you can see, it's pretty equal. So I would say A1N1 definitely. If they actually maybe if they make a counter push, or maybe if they try and make a counter rotation, counter push instead. That's kind of my idea. Just kind of my idea. Oh, might be talking rubbish. Maybe they will have stand a better chance. Maybe not. But certainly TDT did really well in this one, and they really didn't panic at all, and they really caught A1N1 isolated in separate pockets, especially when they are able to clear up the tanks nearer to their spawn, and that enabled them to pincer A1N1 in the end, and A1N1 was left with very little fighting chance, and they're through to the semi-final. We'll be facing Loka next. Great, so I think room should be up very soon, and we'll wait for slightly longer, and then we'll go in. Okay, I think room is up now. We'll go in here. We'll go in now. Camsteer. TDT is going to show up soon. Probably they were training at the moment. But Camsteer is all about. I mean, the caps are pretty important. We'll see more teams going for a quick cap on B, and also doing a lot more aggressive stuff. So the game, so Camsteer, I'm really not campy now, unless I'm wrong about this. This still remains the only map that you can reset A, B, and C on both sides. And before, this usually translates to A, B, and C being empty, being uncaptured by any team at all, and all 7 minutes will be used. It's possible that this could happen, but we're seeing less of that. So we're actually seeing more of Normandy, or now being called Normandy, being the campy map, the Camsteer. We see TT showing up with the tanks here. Well, we'll see what tanks they're going to be taking. In the meantime, Foxtastic is not Sabertastic anymore. And he's back in his old name, so that's good. Looking at TDT, we see they're going to ready. They're going to be ready with Seek and Destroy in the M60, Sport and the Mouse, Monster, also Monster, Daddy Bang in the M60, and Daddy Blanco in the Crown Bargain, Daddy in T22, and Dostoyevsky in the Vegas Light Optimus Prime 50B Sport, changing to M60 instead of a mouse. Loka, on the other hand, Ancient Lion's not here on the subs bench, however, and Ultimate's not here too. Loka, on the other hand, will be going for Sabertastic in the Projecto 65, Ventastic M60. Potentially, Ultimate is here now playing in the Crown Bargain, and Blanco is going to be spectating. Loka still readying up. They aren't at the moment. Camsteer, once again, best of 5 series. Whichever team wins the first 3 matches will win the fixture, and after that we will be going to I don't know which map are we going to be. We're going to go next. I mean, let's just pick a random clan. We'll go to Normandy, Normandy next. So 2 campy maps back to back. What would you want? Tour guide. I have to, practice my tour guide on Normandy, and we should be set. "30 seconds remaining. Loka looking to get ready in double 50Bs by Unitastic and Weshtastic. So Tastic's on the subs bench. However, for Tastic in the IS7, we're seeing Tastic coming in the M60 alongside Fantastic. Double E50Ms by Fantastic and Sabertastic. We are seeing the use of 50M here on Camsteer. Let's see how it's going to work. 2 teams going for 2 mediums lights. This is going to be interesting to watch. And we are going in on Camsteer. Let's go. Let's head up high now. Loka, red team from the north spawn, going to spray out a little bit, and TDT, blue team on the south spawn, going mostly to A, with Dostoyevsky going to get spots up for TDT. Let's follow Dostoevsky for a moment. Going up the hill successfully. Pretty much successfully here. Spotted out fantastic. And Yasitastic himself got spotted. Loka unable to build a shell in, which is not going to be a big problem at all. Great start for TDT here. Got the information. They know where some of the tanks are. Will they apply pressure onto A? That's a question here. They only spotted up the M60Os near C, and Seeker Destroy took a big hit here. Definitely not desirable for Starsec now going for B. Will Seeker Destroy go and reset B? There is a problem because the 50Bs are there to stop Seeker Destroy from resetting now, down to 735 hit points. Oh, this is a great strategy by Loka. Loka denying TDT for the reset on B. And will TDT actually make a move onto the E50 aims? I believe that could be a good call. And we're seeing Ultimate coming from behind, looking to shut down the E50 aims. I think great opportunity for TDT to shut down those medium tanks, but they are hesitating at the moment because they are worried that M60Os will put shots in. But they have to make a move sooner or later because Loka has already made a rotation here. Hit points still in favor of Loka, but TDT, I think that was a great opportunity missed. And they are looking for A, and Loka will be going for C as well. Loka still doing really well here. C is captured by Loka, so a lot of cap pressure onto TDT now. They got A, but they have to get another cap in order to, you know, go within one kill of flipping. And a great shot to Weshtastic from Ultimate. I'm not sure TDT. Seeker Destroy is now killed. That means it's now 7 versus 6, and Loka now marching into TDT's defensive setup. TDT are looking a little bit clueless now. Sports probably the next tank down for TDT. Sabotage also quite low, and TDT only now goes on to push the E50Ms, but maybe they have left it way too late. Fantastic took a hit. Now down to one-shot Sports kills off Fantastic. That is important. Hello Fujit, how are you doing? 5 versus 5 right now. Loka looking very dominant now. This is looking pretty solid for Loka. And for Loka, with Weshtastic might be killed by Optimus Prime soon, T-Caps, and more than 2,000 hit points advantage. Surely they should be able to get this despite under gun disadvantage. TDT sweating profusely, figuring out what to do. Figures like Dostoevsky and Dostoevsky and Daddy rotating away. I think looking for C instead. A lot of pressure onto Ultimate as well. The relatively healthy tank up on the battlefield, with Optimus Prime staying at the back, which is probably not what I would like to see for TDT. And Loka is pressing onto TDT. They don't have to do it. They just need to stay safe, and they will win this one by caps. I mean, that will be 6 cap points of increase for Loka now. That would amount to around 35 seconds left to go. So it will be Loka with the cap lead first. Daddy's now there for Starsec, chasing this Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky's trying to get C. Would it be successful for Starsec? Looking at Dostoevsky now. Fantastic receiving a hit as well. There is still a chance that Loka could sleepwalk to defeat, but it's looking less and less likely now. Dostoevsky is now finally dead. 4 versus 3, bang, now a one shot. Fantastic, fully reloaded. First shell into bang, and that means Loka 1,000 cap points. 1-0 to Loka. Well done to Loka. And here we are. Loka, 3 tanks to more than 2k. TDT, only 2 tanks to more than 2k. And TDT, I think really the experience is, I think is pretty much the reason why Loka is doing a lot better. Loka has a more complete strategy, and their strategies. I mean, they have tanks in the positions where they expect TDT would make a move on. And I mean, Seek lost so many hit points trying to reset B, but Loka totally expected that. I mean, Loka in the end got the cap lead really nicely, and now Loka camps the from the south side this time, currently leading 1-0. Okay, Loka this time going for quadruple 50Bs, a bat chat, an ISM and a Vicus light, going for lots of French tanks, and lots of DPM as well. TDT on the other hand, they are trying to do something different. Double M6COs, double 50Bs, an I7, a Vicus light, and a mouse. Let's see if Loka's setup will work this time round. We'll find out soon. 5 more seconds to go and we're in. Second match on Camp Steer. Heading up high, we have Loka, this time with 4 quadruple 50Bs. I'm very interested to see how they're going to do with that. And Sabotastic, going for a spot in a different position, to this position instead. Trying to spot up a push potentially going to the C side. Spot up sport in the mouse, very interesting tank on Camp Steer and a very interesting position. If Loka manages to push down the A flank, then the mouse is going to rotate a really long way. I think that could be a problem for TDT here. 50Bs, I think they know them. I think they know that they can make a move like that. They're just trying to confirm with the caller, I believe. I mean, they have 5 tanks over there. They just need to confirm the positions of TDT tanks. They have only split up 1, I believe, with Fantastic getting spots for Loka as well. The information will then make a big push onto Seek very soon. Seek, unfortunately, might become the sacrificial lamb once again for Loka. The 50Bs actually going up to the church side. Very interesting call there. For Star6 trying to get A. Not challenged, however, for Loka. With the TDT's 50Bs rotating out of the fight, but the Toyoski actually, unfortunately, got too aggressive, and the 50Bs are looking for the Toyoski. I think Sabotastic going to put a shot. Oh, it's a miss though. Running away. I think Sabotastic tracks the Toyoski, and Unitastic kills off the Toyoski, but Unitastic is now really low. Hit point still in favor of Loka at the moment, but one of the 50Bs is pretty much dead. Seeker destroyed, going to be the next tank down potentially. Loka with Sabotastic now trapped. That could be a good move for spot. Great ram right here. Oh, this is the tank they're going for. And Loka, they will lose Sabotastic now. It's going to be 6 versus 6. Seeker destroyed, now dead as well. This is actually getting really close, which is really interesting. Westar's going for Blanco now. Loka going for Blanco. That would be a good idea. Westar's going to drop reload. With TDT's, their tanks driving out of the way. Sports taking a lot of hits. They're looking to kill off Sports now, and that is the case. Going to be a 6 versus 4 with Blanco now down to a 1-shot here. And Westar's now looking for Blanco or maybe Agent Lion. For Starstic now dead on the A side. Blanco dead. And Agent Lion is alone there with 2 tanks still on A. I think Loka will have this one, making it to 2-0. And the 50B is coming in to shut Agent Lion out of this fight. And it's a miss from Sabotastic. The 50Bs are fully reloaded, going down. Great shot into the Agent Lion. Fantastic, great first shell. And will be taken out by Fantastic here. And they will be on drop reload. Still 2 50Bs left remaining on TDT side. It is really close in the middle, but Loka with better focus fire in the end, and TDT also in very awkward positions while rushing. that man, that Loka, will be winning this one, and take it to 2-0 and to a match win. Fantastic. Fantastic will not be dead. It will be Bang that will be dead. Worshtastic's now down. Surftastic going up to find Daddy, and Unitastic will be putting a shell into... No, it will be Steriltastic killing off Daddy, and that means it's going to be a 2-0 victory for Loka, meaning Loka will be going into non-Cam D. 2-0, and TDT struggling really. 2 tanks doing more than 2k, but Loka 4 tanks doing more than 2k, I believe. Dispatching with quadruple 50Bs, and it worked for them real. And I think really Loka's synergy, the teamwork, and also their individual skills and their experience in general gave them a big advantage. Steriltastic now changing into the Force. Let's see how that's going to work, but they're on the north side. I mean, if it's on the south side, then I would understand that Force could be very important, but north side, it will be very interesting to see what Cebu has in mind. TDT, so far, isn't really posing a big problem to Loka. The second batch was a closer one. They tried really, but really the skill gap is pretty big. But there is a lot of promise for the TDT team, and one could hope that TDT would make use of the matches that were streamed early on, and also against really good clans here. They will be going home with a lot more experience and lots more matches to analyze. As I really hope TDT can learn a lot from these matches. Can they pick up a win from Loka? That is going to be crucial. It's not entirely impossible, but one would like to see TDT getting some wins from Loka. Loka still the hot favorites of winning this game entirely. They're going with one of the 3 triple M6Os, double 50Bs, and an IS-7. Let's go in. Loka, red team this time on the north spawn with TDT blue team south spawn. Let's head up high now. We've got some ping issues at the start, but it's been fixed now. Loka going for D, TDT all going for C, and they will also send some tanks down to the middle as well near the B side. We're seeing C will be captured by TDT at the start with Loka. Let's actually follow Forstastic for a moment. Spawn up the Toyski, and they're actually taking this crater here. Could get a lot of shots into C area. They have to do it well. Forstastic going to put a great shell to Blanco. Already Blanco dropped so many hit points, but also Forstastic now. TDT driving away. That would mean Loka could go forward and press TDT. Blanco already been taken out. First tank down within a minute here. And Loka already up by more than 3,000 hit points. Look at this, just have to make a big push and get a focus fire into the TDT's forces. TDT is struggling to hold now. Bang could be the next tank down for TDT. And Loka, they need to, TDT, they need to get a focus fire nicely. But it's going to be hard. Bang now down to a one-shot killed by Fantastic with Seek and Destroy on fire. Will be the next time down. Oh, Seek and Destroy now dead. It's now 7 versus 4. This is looking pretty brutal, even more brutal than Olivia Rodrigo. And we're seeing Daddy now dead already now. Ultimate is going to be a one-shot. Puts great shot, it's Fantastic, but the focus on sports for Loka. Ultimate will be taken out soon. Can they still, will they win with 7 tanks still alive on the battlefield? There is really no chance for TDT to make a comeback and trying to dive into the beach. And before that tank landed onto the beach, already killed. And That was a slaughter. Slaughterhouse from that was a slaughter from Loka, I have to say, but that was pretty. That was a thrashing from Loka. 6 tanks doing more than 2k, just going really aggressive at the start. TDT unable to cope with the aggression from Loka, only having 1 tank doing more than 2k, and TDT, they need to get this match out of their mind and focus on the match for 3rd place. That is the most important one, because potentially they will be up against DIS, and this match will be very important for them to keep a good distance away from the 17th place. Hello, Addy. How are you doing? Jones. They are still playing against DIS. We know Loka won against TDT 3-0. Next we have BPS versus Rete. BPS versus Rete. It will end 3-0 for BPS, which is a big win, obviously. Next we have APA versus Raid, and they are still playing at the moment. So at least Raid has lost a match, I believe. Immortals against Veil, they're still playing. Redcomb against Endgame, they lost Endgame 0-3, and they're now on to the match for 3rd place. And yes, we have the results. We have 3-0 results coming in. We'll just update this one. Wrong. We still have a lot of time left. In fact, around 30 minutes to go. We'll play some matches in random. Battles. So while we wait, I'm going to. I mean, look at how many tanks I have birthdays on. I mean, I have like 7 tanks. Maybe let's see if we can clear them all while we wait. So let's go with projectile, which I would fancy a platoon, a double projectile platoon, and on voice chat, but voice comms, so it's not possible. So I'm going to do it alone. Yeah, I think he's. They are just laughing at themselves. Yeah, they're just having fun themselves. And the OF clan, not sure of what that abbreviation stands for. So, I wonder what that abbreviation stands for. You know, well, that looks a bit sus. And I got paying issues. Oh, hopefully this isn't going to affect me much. With this 1-2-1 spotted. What? This thing I should run away, I believe. Oh, it might be trapped though. Good. T125 shot. Yeah, I think a good idea to not run. Now that more tanks been spotted. Well, we might actually do something here. Oh my gosh. The ping is a bit horrendous. We just only have 1 more tank to spot. I mean, the ping is. Oh gosh. It's getting really bad. Oh wow. Well, that was just really bad. Ping. Oh god, come on. Ah. Oh no. Absolutely smacked by the TD. Oh gosh, not nice. But we just reload a little bit. Oh, I mean, that's quite I don't know, but you should be able to focus fire in randoms. That is the main point of winning the game. Whichever team can focus better, that will win the game. So just stop using this terrible excuse. Say they shouldn't win. You shouldn't win by focus firing. You should win by focus fire. Let me just wait for a moment. I know Yago really wants me out of the game, but I'm not going to let that go. Good, we won. Let's find out if we have more results coming in. Jones has beaten DIS 3-0. Congratulations, and raid against APA. Raid against APA. They're still playing, so at least it's going to be a close one. Immortals versus Veil, and not a close one. So we have one more results coming through. So that's good. We'll play some Faust. With the Panzer 58 moods. Here we go. Oh dear, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Well, that TV4 really wants me. Well, you're not going to get it. Yeah? I'll wait for that 50 TB, thank you. Let's go for this. Oh gosh. Come on. Ping is really not helpful in any way. And I have to let the 50 TP to be the initiative. I'm very low. You need to make a move, not me. Yeah. Just go, just go, just go. Yeah, whales. God. Okay, good. Oh no. Smell moving. Oh no. Now down to one shot. Okay, so we're just going to wait for the teammates to make a move on the other side. And the T28 will be us. The ours. Oh, down to one shot. Oops. Kind of mistimed that. But let me just go to the right. And then we'll get the T28 off the way. Ah, God. I just can't. I can't stop. Like I can't stop. Like Peng is really doing terrible things to me. But anyway, it should be a win. Hopefully. All things considered, we should be able to get this. We should. Let's play some more matches. Let's see if we have more resubs coming through now. Raid and APA. Oh, it ends Raid 3-1 to APA, so Raid, I think, should be able to secure a place in top 8 now. That is a big win for them. Congratulations to Raid. And APA will be playing the match for third place against Red Team's first team, Group 3, Immortals versus Veil. We'll find out soon. It ends Veil 3-1 to Immortals' first team. Congratulations to Veil, also another candidate to secure the top 8 now. This is looking pretty good. I think really between APA and A1 and 1 now in the final spot. For the final spot in the top 8, pretty much I would say Veil has secured a spot in the top 8. We can update the scoreboard, update the leaderboard as well. We know DPS are through, Veil are through, Red Team are not through to the final. Endgame through, is not through. Raid through, Loka through, and Jones through. So should have 6 of those. Yes, updating the leaderboard we have. Oh, we have seen some changes in the leaderboard now. Okay, here are the here we are. Loka, BPS, Jones, Endgame. Now in the top 4, Immortals tied in the same number of cups as Endgame, so Endgame absolutely needs to secure the first place in order to overtake Immortals. Currently they will be up against, we'll see very soon, Group 2. Show up, show yourself up. Show yourself up, please. Group 2. No, it's DPS versus Raid. Group 3 should be Endgame versus Veil. Should be some great matches, but Endgame should have this. Meanwhile, you have Veil and Raid. Raid now increasing their lead to around 1,300 cups. It goes down. It goes to the very last day. APA between APA and A1 and A1 basically. Recommend Sparta really essential. I think essentially it's basically are out of top 8 contention. Red Sea as well, tied with the same number of cups as Phoenix. If they can beat APA, they will overtake Phoenix in the number of cups. TDT, still in 16th place, goes down to the very last day. I would admit, really, will Chai Raiders get into the top 16 on the very last day, and knocking out either TDT or ASP out of the fight. So this is going to be exciting. I really think that will be between ASP, TTT, and Chai Raiders now in the top 16. Potentially, if Phoenix are knocked out, I don't know. I don't think they will be overtaken, but you will never know. So Chai Raiders will be the clan probably would be following on the very last day. I think we would follow that. And yes, this is going to be extremely exciting to watch. So again, I can't wait to see what's going to be the result in the end. But one can hope that this is going to be. Well, I don't think that will be as exciting as the previous seasons. Pretty much, the better seeding means that the fight is going to be a lot less closer. Which is good, because if with the better seeding now that the top 8 is better better determined. Oh, well, we'll find out soon. Okay, so let's go back. We still have around 80 minutes to go. And we got the mission done. Win 3 battles in a row. We've done it. We'll get more. We'll get more multipliers. Well, the birthdays are off the way. Let's go with Loka now. That was not a good shot from me. Well, let's continue to march on. Come on. No. To bounce. Come on. Ah! Got it. Yes. Should be able to get it now. No, why has it taken so long to kill that T20? Why? No, you didn't succeed. Oh. I blame Pain on that. I blame Pain for this sorcery. And come on, if you want to go out, I really would fancy a kill on you. Anyway. We'll get this out of the way then. Oh, it was an ammo rack. Nice one. Well, let's double check the time. We still have quite some time left. Now I got some more rewards, and let's go for. I'll keep equip a bit. It won't cost me lots of credits while we do that. Just have to do it in this order, like I would messed up myself if it was not in the right order. And I just slap it on with the with normal camo, like the most mundane camo that you could find. Here we go. Matilda. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Zero Quality. Thank you for this. A20 needs some help. Oh, Luke's hello. Oh, hello. Kehoe. And, oh gosh. Oh, I can't really aim well here. Yeah, that was a premature shot. Oh, come on. Oh gosh. Are we losing? Oh, I think we should be winning. Oh wow, pain. Don't act up now. Good. Well, let me just reposition myself. Good. Oh, we'll pull back then. Good kill there. Oh, it's a miss again. When you paid for it. Alright. Oh, that was a win in the end. We got it. Oh, we got it in the end. And BDR is really good. Someone asked this question earlier. It has a really good gun, so and good armor as well, so I do recommend this tank. And we got more missions done, so that's good. Let's see, the Y5 didn't have lots of consumables on that. Right. Okay, so let me see how much time I have left. We can play some more games. Probably not a good idea. So we're just going to wait here, and we'll wait until the room is up. So we know that DIS is against TDT, and they're still playing. Obviously, I don't think any matches have finished so far. Yes, they are all still happening at the moment. Although Red T, I mean, this versus TDT, they were very quick games. Well, I mean, the Group 1 games have been really quick so far, and the match for third place should start the earliest, but they are still playing at the moment. So we don't know what's the final result at the moment. I think it's going to be close. Alright. I'll redirect you back to the lounge, and we will wait until we have something. Oh, until we receive an invite. Let me see if I can actually get anything from the vaults. Oh, I can get credits. 3 XP. I need a couple more. Or if I do the maths, I have my calculator with me. Yeah, I need to get 9 more wins for that, and gold. Gold, I would need 35 more wins. So that's a lot more wins that I need to get. Room, let's see, should be up soon. We got a new item in the news. Will be up in any moment now. We are now on Middelburg. Loka versus Jones. Jones going with lots of 50 TPs. You can't use that because we can because we only allow tier 10 tanks. So we'll see people trickling in now. Middelburg is a map that is quite one-sided, lopsided. Mostly, it will be around the hill area. And can be a little bit dull, considering like C is heavily contested and A and B should be captured at the start, and that will give and then there will be a big stalemate happening around the hill area. So the same could happen here. Both teams are really strong, so it's going to be really hard to make a rotation and also try to push, especially when it's easy to group up on Middelburg. We saw a lot of plays of Middelburg, whether it's a rush play or it's a turtle play. Both plays could work, and with Jones looking to get the patterns in this match, going for triple. Don't know. Loka will ready up soon. We have 3 minutes left to go, so still a lot of time. While we wait, we'll see if we have the results in already for the match result place for Group 1. No, not yet. And Loka is now ready. Triple M60s by Fantastic, Sabotastic, and Fantastic, Fosstastic 413, Wedgetastic, Crown, Wolftastic, IS7, Unitastic, VK. Jones, on the other hand, we're seeing 50B by Romeo Jones, Daneo, and Timeo. Double M48 patterns. Weird choices, but good how down tanks. They were buffed recently, so it is going to come into meta probably. Triple I7 by Flankeo, Kaku, and Ghosty with splitting the 1-3. So here we are, Loka, Middelburg. It's going to be some close stuff. Both teams are really good, top 4 contenders, obviously. Loka and Jones. Jones most recently known for getting the 3rd place last season. Loka 1st place in spring. Definitely favourites for top 4. And what are we going to expect here? We will find out soon on Middelburg. Changing up a little bit, Loka going with Crown Bargain by Wedgetastic. But don't know what to expect here. We are actually seeing fewer and fewer IS4s for the EU server, and more in favor of IS7s now. And the IS7 recently buffed better armor. I believe now IS4 could be deprecated, and would fall out of favor as the kind of the default heavy tank. Now that IS7 more mobile, the armor is closer. Although I think IS4 is still slightly better, but we'll find out now. Middelburg, Loka, red team. Jones will be the blue team. Loka on the south side and Jones on the north side. Loka has a lot more hit points because they didn't take medium or light, while Jones took 2 of them. So will the inherent disadvantage be too much for Jones to handle? They have to trade a lot better than Loka. They can't trade equal. They have to trade a lot better. Looking at Jones with those patterns going in the same direction, going to the same route, getting a lot of spots up, actually taking a really advanced position, trying to shut Fantastic down, but Timeo just, I don't know, kind of got stuck with Daneo actually taking some hits already. Oh, no, no, not good, not good. Now down by more than 2,000 hit points. Definitely not the best stuff for the M's and for the patterns. But what does Jones have in mind with those really aggressive patterns here? We could see a big fight coming in soon. The patterns are in some sort of trouble. Loka trying to pressure. Jones trying to stop. The patterns are bleeding too much from behind. Keko Jones leading the push, but Loka has a big hit point advantage to act as buffing out. M48s are getting out of this quagmire. They are now quite low. The M40s with the team Tomeo Jones now dead, and Daneo Jones also dead. This is going to go into a 6 versus 5 situation with Ghosty and also Spitty potentially going to be taken out in succession. Frostastic now dead, Spitty now very low. Weshtastic took a big hit. It's now going to be a 5 versus 3. Loka still leading by a lot of hit points. Like KO Jones almost reloaded. NDI7, big shot into Weshtastic, killing off Weshtastic. 50B, Romeo Jones almost reloaded. I think the focus is on Romeo Jones right now, running away. Will it be successful, however? Great shot into Fantastic, now down to 1 shot. Jones trying their best to make a comeback here, but this is going to be really hard. 4 versus 3 still very healthy tags of Loka, with Romeo Jones looking less and less healthy. Great HE shell from Keko Jones onto the backside of Sabu, but 4 versus 2. This is surely going to be Loka now. With Keko Jones looking for Fantastic. That was a great kill here. Flank KO going for Sabotastic next. It is going to be the case with Keko Jones still reloading. Flank KO Jones now dead. 3 versus 1. This game goes to Loka. Well done to Loka. Jones, 48, that audacious strategy didn't quite work out. I say that push in the end wasn't their fault that came in too late, but the 48 dropped so many hit points that it looked like it came in way too late. And the 48s unable to run away, and unfortunately they couldn't do a lot. Actually, they did only around 1200 damage in total. Jones only 3 tanks to more than 2k, but Loka shutting down those M48s and their effectiveness pretty much invisible. Loka with 3 tanks to more than 2k as well. This is going to be Loka's game. Well done to Loka, and we are back onto Middleburg. 1-0 for Loka. And a restart for the match took place for Group 1. It's going to be DDT, TTT 4-1 against DIS. Well done to TTT. They will get 3rd place tonight and increase their distance away from the 17th position. But there is still a chance. There is still a chance for Tri-Raiders to make a comeback though. So never say so it's not entirely impossible for TTT. Looking closer to make a comeback to the Challengers tournament. Loka now going for triple M60, 1-3, Tron, IS7, VK, Jones, double M60, double 1-3, double IS7, and Crown Wagon. Going into the second match on Middleburg with Loka leading so far. Loka looking really strong at the moment, and Jones, they are now changing into a much more conventional lineup, dropping those double patterns. Let's see if the conventional setup will favor Jones more. Here we go. Jones going up the hill with those tanks and flanking Jones. The M60 looking to get C first and the spots as well. Interesting to see what's going to be the case. Okay, Wolf task exported. Oh, Wolf doesn't want to, you know, peek up too much. Starstick is spotted. Didn't get shot on crossing from KO Jones. Might be an overlook here. For Jones, Loka not bleeding so far. They might be in better position as well. Jones bleeding. They continue to bleed. Loka will have the advantage. If they can, we'll see what's going to happen. But West Starstick not putting a shell into Kako Jones. I think a bit too late for that. Fantastic Unitastic taking a hit. Both teams trying to chip away hit points of one another. So far, nothing eventful is happening. Jones still holding near C with Loka, trying their best to put shots into Jones, but both teams finding it difficult to penetrate. But Flankeo Drones drops some hit points as well. Jones actually bleeding more than Loka. Loka, it's actually having the advantage. So if they can keep up this way with Unitasa coming from the right side, from the west side, this is going to be Loka. If it continues this way, Jones keeps on bleeding. Looking for Unitastic now. Jones, are they making a push? Are they pressing? With Gecko Jones and Tameo Jones now pretty low. Unitastic and Forstastic now also very low as well. Jones, they are trying to fight back, but it's going to be really hard. With Ghosty and Jones both dead. Tameo Jones also dead. 7 versus 4. Forstastic finally dead. Unitastic is going to be taken up very soon. Flankeo Jones looking for that. No, it's going to be Daniel Jones getting Unitastic out of the way. Fantastic will be the next time down potentially, but Flankeo Jones with that miss right there, but that last shell connected. So it's now 4 versus 3. Hit point still in huge favor of Loka at the moment, and Jones looks very spread at the moment now. Loka, they just need to get the focus fire right. They just need to isolate the tanks and not isolate themselves. Daniel Jones will be isolated by both Fantastic and also Wolftastic now. Flankeo Jones dead, with Daniel Jones going to be the next tank down very quickly. It is the case, leaving Spitty the last person standing for Jones, meaning Loka bring it to 2-0 here now. 2 more wins and Loka will win their group tonight. Sabotastic first shell in, second shell will be in Spitty as well, and final shell kills off Spitty. 2-0 for Loka. Well done to Loka. They've conserved a lot more hit points than Jones. Jones just bled way too much in the beginning, and that made it very difficult for them to make a push. And Loka just needs to get the focus fire right, and just need to coordinate and stay together and have that synergy running through. And they got this one pretty comfortably with 6 tanks doing more than 2k, and Jones figuring out how to dismantle Jones, and it's dismantled Loka, and it seems it's very difficult to do so, and I don't know. Jones looking out of ideas at the moment now, changing into Nathan Frontier. This is an entirely different map. Loka, will they continue their streak against Jones? They're looking very good tonight so far. Very looking on form. Jones not looking quite it at the moment, but this could change. This could be the match that we will see Jones doing a lot better, but we will never know. Now Loka going for quadruple M6 by Fantastic, Forstastic, Fantastic, and Fantastic. Wesh E100 Sabu figures like Uni in the IS7. Jones on the other hand, double M6 by Romeo and Eon Kako figures like splitting the Chieftain, and double IS7 by Daneo and Timeo with Ghosty and BK. Here we go. Going into Navy Frontier now. Heading up high. Loka versus Jones. So far 2-0 for Loka. Jones have yet to find a victory. Let's follow Sabotastic right now in the Victor's Light, going into the middle area, looking to get some spots up. Gecko Jones also looking for spots as well. Sabo is spotted. His Romeo Jones also spotted. And Gecko Jones unable to connect with Sabotastic. Sabotastic is trying to blind fire, but Jones aren't there. Jones are mostly going for C. They're trying to get C here, and can they do it? A will be captured by Loka soon after, so really just only one kill away for Loka to flip the cap lead back to their favor. So just they have to stay and figure out how to dismantle Jones here. 5 seconds of cap increase, so there's still a lot of time for Loka to work the information on. I mean, if you do the maths, pretty much 100 and around 130 seconds, more than 2 minutes to go at the moment for them to make a for them to really need to make a push. More than 2 minutes to go, so absolutely Loka just need to find a way to chip away hit points off Jones, but actually it is them losing hit points. Unitastic diving down to get B. They try and get the cap lead back, and that will apply pressure on Jones. Will mean that Loka will have 10 cap points of increase. That would amount very soon to around 55 seconds for Jones to react to. So Jones actually have to spend have to react now. Not really now, but they have already reacted. They're going for Unitastic 4 all against 1. I'm not sure if they have sent too many tanks there, but Unitastic going to go down with the majors, and then they're just going to go past Unitastic because they are expecting Unitastic to be taken out, but for some reason they aren't able to take out Unitastic just yet. Loka. Oh no, another bounce from Ghosty. They need to stop bouncing shells. Unitastic now dead. Unfortunately, I think these 4 tanks rushing down B might have trapped themselves there. Loka with the high ground advantage could take out the tanks below. Fantastic coming from behind, looking for Ghosty. First shell in. Oh, it's a bounce, unfortunately. And it's another bounce. Oh, Fantastic would have the worst moment here, but now Fantastic is going to save Fantastic at the moment. With Sabotastic also dead, Jones is leading in with a lot of hit points. Fantastic now dead, 4 versus 6. This is looking pretty good for Jones right now. Those bounces, another bounce by Wesh. Oh, Loka, with all those bounces, originally with the high ground advantage in the mid game, meant that those bounces, the inability to kill the tanks off quickly enough, Jones was able to regroup, and now they're able to take out the low hit point targets. Caco Jones now dead, Romeo Jones also dead, 3 versus 4, but Jones leading by more than 2,000 hit points now. Fantastic's also dead, Jones got B back, and even if they can't kill all the tanks, they will have the win and make it to 2-1 now. Then Neo Jones, great shot to Fantastic. And Spitty also another good shell, a great HE shell nonetheless. Eon kills off Fantastic with Wolftastic, the last person standing. Can they catch Wolftastic in the end? I don't think so. Jones will get 1,000 capers before they're able to kill off Wolftastic, and they did. Jones got one back. And Loka, 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and Jones, 4 tanks doing more than 2k. And the bounces, the crucial bounces from Loka really cost them the game dearly. Despite having the high ground advantage, they have the advantage with the terrain, but the bounces really flip the entire match around. And Jones must be thankful of that happening. Loka went on tilt. And Jones, it's time to capitalize on that, and can they make a comeback and do a reverse sweep? They are now taking, once again, double M60Os, double IS7, 113 VK, and the biggest like Loka, triple M60Os, double IS7, and double 113s. And if we look at other groups, the match for third place, the results here, Red Team versus APA. APA won Red Team 4-1. Great win for APA. Immortal versus Reckham. 4-0 for Immortals. So that's some really big results there. APA would be 4-1. And let's go back. Now we'll go into the next match on Naval Frontier 2-1 for Loka. Jones feeling the momentum now. That was a great win from Jones, by the way, here. And the next match, Naval Frontier. Let's head up high. Back to the sky. Loka this time from the north spawn, Jones from the south. Both teams going mostly to AB, so we might see a big brawl coming in soon once again. And Loka, they have to chip away hit points of Jones nicely once again. But look at Unitastic just going straight into B. Will that be successful? Can Unitastic get? No. Oh, he will get B. No, interesting call. I don't know what Unitastic trying to do, but looking at this, we are seeing Loka dropping hit points already, and it's going to be a standoff between two teams near A. All depends on which team can conserve more hit points so far. Hit points are neck and neck. Jones looking to make a big push already, looking to shut down Wesh and also Samu, and they're trying to get A as well. In the meantime, with Wesh Tastic and Force Tastic now down to really low hit points, Jones are looking strong. They're looking to get this one out of the way. Force Tastic now dead, Wesh Tastic now dead. The focus fire of Loka is really lacking here. Wesh Tastic's now dead. Samu Tastic could be the next tank down. Jones looking very good. And that was a bounce from Romeo Jones. And oh, another bounce. That's not good. Unfortunately, Romeo Jones would not die here. And Kaku Jones looking for Fantastic next. The focus is on Fantastic. Loka really lost their focus fire here, and Fantastic is the next tank out of the match. And Loka, they're in different places. And Jones got the victory here. Great aggression, great aggressive call, and recapitalize on Loka for mediocre focus fire. Fantastic next tank down. Tis the case, leaving Wolftastic a last person standing in the Jones. This focus fire discipline is commendable, and that means it's now 2-2. Loka, despite two strong starts, two strong matches at the starts, evens. It's now even 2-2, and we are now on to another match. Another map, and looking at the damage done, Jones 5 tanks doing more than 2k, Loka 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Loka needs to get their stuff together, because it seems they're collapsing and they are losing focus, they're losing concentration, and they can't do that on Hellas. It's another demanding map. I don't think we have seen a lot of Hellas lately this season, but Loka, really, they have to start performing. We are seeing signs of them collapsing, and let's hope that they don't fully collapse, because this is going to be another nice one to watch. Loka go now with quadruple M6EOs, 113, Kran, and 97 Jones. M6EO, they're changing their lineup. We might see more changes. Romeo Jones of M6EO, Daniel Jones, IS7, Smitty, Mouse, Eon in the T185. Smitty may change. Goes to M6EO, Kaku Jones, Mouse, Smitty changing into Chieftain, and Gaseo Jones, I think, or Slatos, probably in the Vickers Light. No, Crown Vargan, Flankeo and Timeo on the subs bench now. And here, and there we go. Headers. Oh, Caseo Jones saying hi to everyone. Moving upwards. Loka this time on the south spawn with Jones on the north spawn. Let's see where they're going to go. Do we have a light tank to follow? No, it's still full on heavies here. With Fantastic in the M60 looking to get spots up soon. A will be captured by Loka, so that will give Loka the cap lead. And Sabotastic is now getting shot at. Double tapped, and Neon could have shot Fantastic. Unable to put a shell, not his fault though. And it's still close. Jones so far hasn't lost any hit points. Wolftastic could get C. And that would give Loka even bigger cap lead here. Romeo Jones took a hit, took some hits, took some more hits. Weshtastic also took some hits too, so C is now captured. They're trying to get B as well, so Jones pressures on potentially 15 cap points per second of increase, and this means you don't have a lot of time left to go. Around 40 seconds to make a move. Now, they're now trying to pressure onto C. They think that Loka is now spread out. Probably not, but they can't wait, because pretty much less than 40 seconds to go very soon. I mean, less than 30 seconds, probably. They have to start killing off tanks, and Jones look very sluggish at the moment. Loki hit on pushing well, and Jones looking a bit all over the place. And they might want Wolftastic out of the battle, but they are not pushing Wolftastic for now. And Loki still has 3 caps. They're trying to momentarily reset C, trying to buy time for Jones to figure out how to rotate. They try to go get Wolftastic out of the way, but already Loka leading by more than 3,000 hit points. Linneo Jones is now dead, and 1 versus 1 Unitas is going to take Romeo Jones out. It is going to be the case with Spitzy going to be the next time out of the fight. 6 versus 5 now. Spitzy will struggle to stay alive now. Sebo lands the shell onto Spitzy's Gaseo Jones, showing the backside to Fantastic. Great first shell there. Second shell will kill off. No. He lost it. Gaseo Jones now dead, and Ghosty now down to 1 shot for Stars to kills off Ghosty, with Eon dead as well, leaving Kako Jones the last person standing. Loka capitalizing on Jones being slow, though Kako Jones in that mouse capping both A and B, but I think it is not going to help at all, because it's 6 versus 1 and they are leading by a lot of hit points. Even they can't kill with mouse, they will win by caps. Just only 3 more seconds to go, and they will get it. And Loka has it. Loka, 6 tanks doing more than 2k, and Jones only 1 tank doing more than 2k. Jones was a little bit slow in that push. They were very hesitant as well. Loka capitalized on that, and for some reason Wolftastic stayed off of way too long and did a lot of damage in that tank. So Loka now on the match point, and Jones needs to be a lot more decisive here. And Loka, yeah, definitely back despite losing in this turn. It could go to a tiebreaker though, and 3-2 for Loka so far. And now we see BPS versus Raid. Do they have a reset? They're still playing. It could get really close. Endgame versus Vale. They're still playing. So at least none of the matches ended 4-0 in the final for 3 groups. Jones taking a Badger. Interesting tank. Good tank for hold down. it's more like a heavy tank rather than a TD, so interested to see whether Kakucho's going to play for front line row here. Meanwhile, Loka going with 1-3, Kran, IS7, potentially quadruple M6Os. And will they seal the deal now with IS4s coming back to the fray? Fantastic still. Okay, he's now ready. And we will go in 3-2 to Loka. Match point to Loka and Joes, will they bring it to a tiebreaker here? Let's go. Loka. This time, North Spawn, they will commit their forces over to the seaside with Jones. Blue team, North Spawn. Separating a little bit. Interesting. They have sent tanks to A. Unit Tastic can spot a lot of tanks. Has to be really careful here. We'll follow Spitty for now. Some tanks being spotted, Fantastic spotted. Fantastic is spotted. I don't think Fantastic spotted, Fantastic is spotted, however. A will be captured by Jones, so oh, we see a reset coming in somewhere. Great shell into... Oh, you have the Locust tanks there to reset A. Great positioning there. Hitman still in favor of Loka, I think because they've taken a Badger, and all the vehicles like Jones have taken a Badger, and the vehicles like they don't have a lot of hit points though. So Fantastic saying affirmative with C captured as well. Unitastic might be in trouble here if Jones decides to push. I don't think they can because Fantastic can come in to save Uni at any moment. Jones trying to press onto Uni. Let's see if Uni is going to bear that pressure and stay alive still, but they have to be really mindful of that. Hip was now neck and neck. Both teams have already bled. With Tastic still pretty much out of the fight. Unitastic's quite low now down to 793 hit points. Fantastic took a big hit as well. We're seeing shots over to the M6Os of Jones. Are we seeing Loka trying to pinch up Jones now here? It's going to be exceptionally close. Jones has the hit point pull lead, however, so Loka, they have to approach with a lot of caution. But Loka is dropping more and more hit points. Hit points still very close. Don't know what to comment on here, and this is descending into pandemonium very soon. That will get really tumultuous in a moment or two with Loka now grouping up, now kind of focusing, narrowing down their forces onto A, applying more and more pressure. Really, Jones can feel the pressure right now. They're getting pincered, they're getting shot from left, right, and center. West just looking for Spitzy instead, and actually will kill off Kaku Jones here. Spitzy now dead, 6 versus 5 now. Hit point still really close to call, but hit point push out, it seems Loka has the advantage, but they're going to lose Wesh and Samuel very soon. Ramiro Jones is now dead, 4 versus 4. But Loka is a lot more closer to one another. Danae Jones is now dead, Wesh Tastic is going to go down, 3 versus 3. There is still a chance for both teams. There is still a chance for Jones to bring it to a tiebreaker. Loka has to work together. Gazelle Jones distracting Fantastic and Wutastic could prove to be important here. But it's going to be 3 versus 2. Eon on a drum reload with Ghosty almost reloaded. He can't afford to bounce onto Fantastic. It's a kill there. Eon holding as long as he could against these tanks. Gazelle Jones kills off Fantastic. And that turret led it on to Wutastic a bit. So this game will go to Jones, and that turret is still unable to get off. Wutastic, Jones bring this to a tiebreaker. This is going to be exciting. 3-3 now. Eon. Oh, it was a bounce, but it doesn't matter. Gazelle Jones kills off Wutastic. 3-3. Close. This is close. It could have gone either way, but it seems Loka fell apart in the end. It was really close, I would say. And Jones better focus fire in the end, I presume, which will hand them the win. And now it's 3-3 wins of Monstercat. This will decide every set. And I really like to see that. I really like to see really close games. Jones and also Loka, who will take home the champion tonight. Meanwhile, we have Raid versus BPS, and it ends 4-1 for Raid. They almost got a Grand Slam, but a win, winning the group tonight is going to be huge result for Raid. Meanwhile, we have Group 3. Endgame versus Vale, and they still playing. It could go to a tiebreaker in this situation. Vale pulling all stops to prevent Endgame from winning easily. They're going to make it difficult. Win to Monstercat. 3-3 now. Loka versus Jones. Who will be the winner here? There could only be one winner, and it's either Loka or Jones. We'll find out soon in around 30 seconds. Loka going with VK, WZ, triple M60Os, IS7 and another WZ. Jones this time triple nothing. Double IS7, double M60Os, an IS4, AE100 and a Vigor Select. And tiebreaker, Loka and Jones. Well, I don't know what to expect in Loka, north side. Committed it forces over to C, and so are Jones. Also doing something similar. Gaseo Jones in that Vickers like going to get spots on near A, could get A, but could also send a signal for Loka to make a push immediately. But 7 vs 6 is going to be really hard. That shot, that blind fire there hit anywhere. That didn't spot up any tanks either, but will send a danger signal. Oh, fantastic. Dropped a lot of hit points here. The Neo Jones and Ghosty didn't drop that many hit points, but they still don't have the hit point advantage, however. But that was a good start for Jones. Sebo tried to go into C, but took a hit while crossing. Might actually trap. Oh, fantastic. Dropping more than 1,000 hit points now. Certainly, Jones more than 1,000 hit points advantage. They have the advantage now. They need to make use of it, but Eon, it's not over yet. Drop some hit points. Now, hit points are now all square. It can be anyone's game still. Loka is still holding on. But we are seeing a big push from Jones, led by Kako Jones here. Going to put a great shot into Wolf Task, yes, and let's go to Daniel Jones. Wolf Task is now down to 1 shot, and if it continues this way, Jones will get 1 tank of advantage. Wolf Task killed by Gaseo Jones in the Vigor Light. And we're seeing Fintastic going to be next side down. Meanwhile, Loka looking to kill off Eon, trying to hide as long as he could. But great show to Disable Task, however, with Fintastic now dead. It's 5 vs 7. This is looking very good for Jones at the moment. Flash looking to take down Eon on a drone reload. And Neo Jones is now dead. Ghosty down very low. Will be taken out as well. Kako Jones kills off Fantastic. 4 vs 5. Eon still alive for unbeknownst reasons. Very strange indeed. Able to land a full clip. And now Kako Jones is now dead. Eon surviving for very long. 4 vs 3. The guns are with Loka at the moment. Gaseo Jones took a big hit and is now dead. Actually, Jones could make a Loka could make a comeback here. It's not totally over yet. Splitsy needs to land that shot onto Cebu. It is the case, but Romeo Jones is going to be it's going to be under a lot of pressure now. Loka has made a comeback. No, not sure what happened there, but the corner seems to have fallen apart. Jones haven't done as well as I expected in the corner, despite Eon's heroics in the middle. It's not going to be enough. You have to say, Eon has done a lot. Has done a lot he could. Splitty unable to land that last shell. Jones, that was. I don't know what to say about this. Loka, for some reason, made a comeback. And Jones, it wasn't undeserving defeat, I have to say. Chip away hit points at the start really well. That was also a really great push. Perhaps maybe the focus fire went off a little bit, and they lost tanks while during the rush, and they weren't quick enough in the corner too, probably. And Loka, 5 tanks doing more than 2k. Jones, 3 tanks doing more than 2k, but it was really close. And that will end the stream tonight with Loka winning 4-3 against Jones, and Jones settling for the 2nd place. It was a heartbreaking defeat here. Vale still playing against Endgame, still going on tiebreaker surely. Rolling Swarm should be very happy about this. Oh, GG to both teams. Well done. Let's update the table now with Raid and Loka topping the group tonight. While Immortals and also TTT and also APA got 3rd place. So let's find APA. Got it. Leaderboard will look like this now. And here we go. Loka, 1st place, still. VPS 2nd, Jones 3rd. It was really close. Jones could have won that last game, the tiebreaker. It is all we want to see. Finally, Immortals 4th, Endgame 5th, Raid now 6th, leading the 9th place by around 1,700. Surely they are through to the top 8. Really can't see how they would fail to do so on the final proof of skill tournament unless they've done really poorly there. Vale in the 7th place, pretty safe as well, leading more than 1,400 cups with APA in the 8th. Really between APA and A1 and A1 now, but really it's APA having the advantage. On the other hand, ASP dropped to the 16th place, so it will be between TTT, ASP, and Chai Raiders. TTT rising to the 15th position. Will Chai Raiders be able to overcome ASP, both ASP and TTT? I don't think HSOP can get into top 16 now, but anyone could speculate. This is going to be one heck of a fight to the very last day, although I would say Asia server will be a little bit more interesting. And the NA server will be even more interesting now. And also, I mean, who is going to get the 16th place? It's going to be a big question here. But we'll play a match. I'll play the medium tank, and we will play one match, and we'll go back and see the results of Endgame versus Vale. Okay, so let me get a medium tank. I can get a mission with that medium tank, so let me play in a more comfortable tank just to end the stream pretty much. T62A, this is the tank I'm going to be taking. Hmm. Well, this is going to be interesting. Not spotting anything. Oh, where is everyone? Oh wow. Why did I spot you early on? 62A. They might be in trouble around this area. Well, just wait for a moment here. Oh dear. I might actually get away from here. Be careful, don't put a shot in. Yeah. I need to run. Oh no. Well, that wasn't a good start. Oh, let's get another one. Medium tank to play. Oh, let me get to 140. On mines. They have a TD. They have. I'm just gonna wait here. Well, they're turning. Well, a good opportunity for me to put shots in. So one shot in you. They're looking for that heavy tank. Really good opportunity for us to start. They sent so many tanks, but the tank is like really not blocking, but yeah, it's a bit tight area to work with. Oh, hello, brother. That means I can make use of this area, maybe to impose some terror. That was a shot that I like to have. Hurry. Great. Nice, and next please. Gosh, oh gosh. Oh gosh, Pain, please don't do this to me. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Come on, I can't drive. Oh, maybe I should just go down. That gorilla will kill me. And that didn't connect, unfortunately. Hopefully it's a win. I just needed that one win, and we should be able to get this. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yep. It's looking really good for us now. Yeah, one more shot. Hey, there we go. Can't see how we would lose in this one. Got it. You got it. Great win for us, and let's see we have restart for Endgame versus Vale now. And that will conclude the stream tonight. Oh, I just need to do slightly more damage. And yes, we have results. Finally, it will be Endgame versus Vale. Well done to Vale. 4-3 to Endgame. And Vale will get the first place. Will pretty much seal a place in the top 8. Not sure about Ray. We dropped to 7th now. And yes, they will drop to 7th. And they are now in 5th place. Endgame will drop to 6th. And that is it for us. Amazing matches tonight. And Endgame lost to Vale in a tiebreaker. Well done to Vale. And the top 8 is now, I would say the top 7 is now pretty much decided. And it really is between A1 and 1 and APA for the last spot now. And other than that, it's been me, Well, saying a very huge thanks for joining the stream tonight, and hope you have some really great matches. So thank you very much. I'll see you soon.